Dr. Pimple Popper,
Yeah.
Season 5, Episode 2.
Oh my God.
Can I just...
I loved it.
You're
Loved it.
disgusting.
When I started watching, I go, oh, Joe's going to need to throw a bucket.
Mom, what in the hell did you
I
just make
love
me
it.
watch? Okay, first of all, also, shout out kind of
For
to...
sure, shout out.
No, shout out kind of to Patreon member Aaron Smith, who suggested this. That's Aaron, the boy Aaron. Aaron. I will never unsee what I just saw, okay? I was eating a hamburger while watching this. And I am queasy watching this. If I have to pause to vomit, we might. So, Aaron, kind of thank you. Also, I don't know if I'm going to shit or throw up. It's one of the two, and I don't know which one it is yet.
Oh, Aaron, it was so good.
You can suggest shows for us to watch on Let's Watch TV also. You can do that. All you have to do is become a Patreon member. Patreon.com/Joe Dombrowski. Patreon.com/Joe Dombrowski. Patreon.com/Joe Dombrowski. $5. And you get all the Patreon perks at live shows, bonus episodes, bonus videos that we do now. And also you can, like Aaron Smith, give us mind-rotting, horrible television to watch.
Oh, so good, Aaron. Thank you. I loved it.
Where do we even go from here?
Well, I wanted to ask you, you got some shows going on. How are they going?
Oh, thank you. I am honestly like getting a little weird in the stomach just thinking about what I saw on Dr. Pimple Popper.
Are you drinking water, I hope?
I'm drinking pure water.
Cheers.
How are the shows? The shows were great. Tacoma was fantastic. Spokane. SoCan was really good too. The show is just really shaping up. Thank you to everybody who came. Have the time of my life. It's just, you know what the one thing is, Mom, is you when I'm doing the show, I can feel that these people have needed like permission to just uninhibitedly laugh like that.
Absolutely.
Best
medicine.
Yeah, you can feel it too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can feel it. And it's really nice to create an atmosphere where everybody can just let your shoulders down, laugh about all the bullshit we've been through, and just snicker and laugh and hoot and holler and howl and like have a good time with the people that you came with. There were people in the meet and greet who met at the show and they're like, we're going out for drinks next week. I'm like, this
Serious?
is, yeah.
Wow.
And it's so like who is lucky enough to be able to have this as a job? It's so cool. I never take it for granted. It's like really cool. And right now I feel like is this like essential time for comedy,
right?
Which is why it was just great, and I love it. And I can't wait to keep going on the road and doing more.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good. And I'm hearing other
way.
comedians say the same thing. You know,
you did,
yeah, exactly the same thing. So,
yeah,
cool.
It's wild. Can I also say this though? It
Sure.
is crazy that like you can go to a musical, right? They're singing and dancing and costumes and everything. You can go to an opera. You can go to a ballet. You can go to an improv show. You can go to the movies, right? And there's all these things that like distract you into staying attentive for 1 hour. Stand-up comics, it's us, just us, with you and your thoughts up there for 1 hour, just talking. And you can keep an audience with you for like that. Every time I leave the stage, I'm like, how do we do this? I couldn't tell you how. And it like
you have to be great storytellers.
Yeah.
You have to be great storytellers, and that's what you are.
Yeah.
You know, to captivate people to listen and want to listen, and plus you have that humor. So
I don't know.
That's a connection. Good for you.
It's just you get out there and you speak your truth, and
yeah,
I'm just
good for
getting
you.
all. I'd rather get emotional about this than vomit over Dr. Pimple Popper because
I can't wait to see the show July 1st in Toledo. I cannot.
You're gonna be at the Toledo show?
Yes.
Well, great. I'm sure you're gonna end up being at more than that. You're probably gonna be at Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, and Royal Oak.
No, just Royal Oak.
Yeah.
So far.
I'm gonna replay that.
Sure.
You guys can come to the show too. I'd love to see you guys at the show. We
I'd
have
love to see
shows.
you.
I don't have the list in front of me, but it's extensive. We have coming up really quick. Oh, and also these shows, a couple of these particular shows have sold out. So we've added second nights in some cases, second shows on the same night in other cases. So if you hear a city that you're close to and you want to come, I suggest getting on it right away because you never know when they're going to be gone. At the end of June, we got Columbus, Toledo, Dayton. It's not Liberty. It's not Cleveland. It's outside of Cleveland, or it's outside of Cincinnati. One of the two. I don't really know. So many other cities: Kansas City, Omaha, Grand Rapids, Royal Oak, Kalamazoo.
There's about 30 of them.
To Tempe, Arizona.
Orlando.
Tampa, Hartford, Connecticut,
Washington,
D.C., Portland, San Jose, Irvine. There's a ton. Just go in there and check them out. Here are the new ones that are coming up. And here's what you need to know.
Okay.
Yeah, I got new ones that I'm going to tell you about. Here are the new ones coming up. And tickets go out to Patreon members first. Because if you really want a ticket, you got to get on it. I'm just sorry. That's the way the cookie crumbles. These tickets will not be out on the public until they go to Patreon members first. So become a Patreon member if you would like to get a head start on these cities. San Diego, San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, San Francisco, Minneapolis, Edmonton, and Vancouver, Canada.
Ooh. I'd love to go there. I bet that's beautiful.
It's the beaut. It's real good. So get your tickets. Cool. MrD3.com. Snag them up. We'll see you at the show. Back to Dr. Pimple Popper.
Yeah. Well, the show opened perfectly.
It did it because it really opened in a way that made my stomach flip. Like I was literally about to go to the vet and be like, my spleen has just rotated like a Great Dane in heat.
No, poor Reginald. The one thing that
tell the people what was wrong with
all the cases. These people were so desperate. Their lives were so desperate.
Oh, it's so sad.
And it's so sad. And she just created miracles, and gave people back their life. I think there's just so many wonderful things that happen when you watch this. Like Reginald was the first up. He had all those cysts on the back of his neck.
I'm not Reginald, if you're listening, because I'm sure you're listening.
Oh, he's so cool.
You gotta describe it for the people. It looked like he had foot-long skin tags on the back of his head.
Oh, meat. Big extra layers of meat.
A whole ham. And at first, I'm like, who the hell lets this shit get this out of control before going to the doctor? Not the case with him.
Right.
So many, he went over and over and over to doctor, asking for help, and nobody was willing to help it because it was in such an intense area, the back of his head, like where your skin starts to get wrinkly.
Well, you heard the same thing from all these people. All three of these people talked about they went to doctors. The doctors either tried to take things off and they grew back in because the doctors didn't know what they're doing. So they go to doctor after doctor after doctor. And that happened to him too. And the whole thing is you have to be a specialist to take things off your scalp. It was called acnokeloidosis is what he had, NUCA. He's had it for 25 years. This man lived with that for 25 years.
That's a lot.
She says, I don't know. I'm not a specialist to do this because on the scalp is very frail. She called in Dr. Umar, who was a specialist in dermatology, scalp. And the whole thing was when you take something off the scalp, there isn't enough, there isn't enough skin to bring it, to hold it back together and just suture it up. So the
doctor says, he's like, I'm going to take this out in one fell swoop. He
did too.
His exact quote.
Yes, he did.
Mom. He hacked into this man. He hacked into this man's head like a Christmas ham.
The back of his scalp.
I was like, oh my God. It was just And he was awake. He was awake.
Well,
They were
I was
talking
actually
to him.
shocked. We're going to give you laughing gas. I thought, that's all?
I
That's all?
could.
You're giving him laughing gas?
I was like, I'm gonna. Oh my God, I'm getting. Mom, this is bad. Okay. I think I saw his skull.
No, you did not see his skull.
I think
Your wild imagination did not see his skull.
There was a lot of. Oh.
Don't talk about it.
There was a lot of fat.
Don't describe it because you're going to throw up.
And then the fat was kind of yellow, and then at the back was white.
Yeah, but this wasn't his skull.
Then
it was
what
more
was
tissue.
it? Then what
More
was it?
tissue.
More
It was
tissue?
more tissue.
Oh, your tissue just goes from yellow fat to stark
Fat,
white?
the fatty is yellow. Fat is yellow. But anyway, that was really extensive. And the wife was so beautiful. She was saying to Dr. Lee, "You are my forever angel."
And
you know,
said,
the wife was so
sweet.
sweet, and they've done this for so long. So, yeah, I was surprised they just gave him laughing gas. I go, what? You'd have to knock a boulder over my head.
Oh, I would have literally, if he was like, we're just going to give you laughing gas and we're going to hawk into the back of your head with a chainsaw, I would have looked at him and said, hold on a minute. Let me go into the streets and buy some black tar heroin first and shoot up, because there is nothing in this world that will allow you to get these friggin' instruments close to my skull like that, and you have the audacity to tell me you're going to give me laughing gas, which is what they gave me when I had my molars removed? No.
I know. And you know, the other thing they said, this is going to it left a big hole in the back of his head. And then Dr. Umar had those special sutures that he created to how to gap up that gap in the back. I thought that was so interesting. So,
it was not interesting. Okay.
It was so interesting. It was called attention suture kit is what he created for these huge gaps. And you know, it was so sweet at the end of that.
I don't know.
3 months later, he looked great. Did you see that where they were going to decide to renew their vows?
I didn't. And here's why.
Oh,
I was eating during this. I was eating
I don't know
a hamburger.
Why you did that?
Because I have to. Because this is my life. Listen to me. I leave my professional world of teaching. I get into the car. I speed home. I got a car wash because I've murdered about 7,000 locusts on my way home from Spokane. Got my car washed, went home, immediately turned this show on. It's 45 minutes long. I only have 45 minutes till I have to leave to get to the studio. If I don't eat, I'm going to rip someone's head off. So I was eating while watching this, and the first thing they do is make a Jell-O mold out of this man's head. So I'm eating my hamburger, and I'm like, I can't do this. Mind you, the back of this man's head getting cut open is not the worst part of this episode. So I went to the kitchen table and put the volume up and turned my back to the TV. So I would say about 75% of the show I listened to.
Good, because I was picturing you with a bucket next to you.
This is a setup. This is a damn setup, and know it.
That's good, because all the stuff you've done to me over the years.
What have I ever done to you?
Chasing me around the house with snakes. You know,
that was getting ready.
With giraffes.
I chased you around the house with snakes to get you ready to be on Maury Povich, the Fears episode.
Well,
that was
touche back to you by having to watch this. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you. Okay.
The second person.
And please don't give us a play-by-play.
I won't. I'm sorry. Sherry, she was depressed.
Oh, poor Sherry. Poor Sherry. Okay.
On her cheek.
This woman had a cyst on her cheek the size of a ping pong ball, probably bigger. And you could see that it was getting very tight. Her skin was getting very tight. And
it was called an epidermal cyst.
I felt so bad for her when she started saying, "Oh, by this time I had finished the hamburger."
Oh, you didn't finish it and threw it up?
Well, I didn't realize the show gets very tender.
Every one of them. Every one of them.
Did you know there was somebody from RuPaul's Drag Race who was on the show?
No, I did not.
Her name is Victoria Porkchop Parker. She was the first to ever be eliminated on the season 1. First ever
Oh,
eliminated.
wow.
And she had something wrong with her nose where it just looked like
After plastic surgery?
no. It was like from acne, like that cratery type effect.
Oh,
And it was very
yeah.
bad. And his nose had grown so big because he was a little bit older. And the doctor made it smooth.
Oh,
Anyway,
cool. Yeah.
so
So
she was
I loved it.
crying on her bed. Her sister can't get her out of bed.
Couldn't
She's
get
so
her out of
depressed. And
bed.
then she said, I just want to be myself again. I just want to be my
She used to
happy. And I
party
was
and
like,
be happy.
she said, I just want to pop like champagne. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I
Couldn't get her out of bed. I
feel
mean,
for
that depression
her.
is sad.
And
And
she
she said,
was cutie. Like even before when she still had the thing on her face, I was like, she's a little cutie. Like I bet she's just going to thrive when she gets it taken off.
yeah. And, she said, if this doctor can't do it this time, I'm going to do it myself. And that's pretty dangerous because it's on the face.
And she said
So,
that a cheek is actually the worst area for scarring.
yep. Yep. And that's why your dermatologist has to have like a plastic surgery fellowship. So when they work on the face.
Oh, I got to tell you something really quick. ADD. This is so funny. Today with my students, I always say stuff that's way over their heads to make Jacqueline laugh. Jacqueline's my co-teacher for those who are listening for the first time. And I don't remember what it was, but we were talking about their parents and stuff like that. And I turned to the class and I said, do any of your parents have a hookup on Botox injections? Because they were telling Jacqueline and I how old we look. That's what it was. Yeah, they told us that we were probably going to die soon because we look so old. We were looking at them like, oh my God. Did I tell you what a kid said to me a couple weeks ago?
No.
I showed them a picture of my hair when it was dyed. You dyed your hair. I was like, yeah. They're like, why? I go, oh, to look younger. They're like, well, what are you going to do about your face?
Oh, they didn't mean it quite like that.
They didn't mean it like
Little
that.
babies. They don't know. They're just so honest.
I know.
Oh
I know.
God.
So I'm messing around with... I love these kids. They're so great.
So cute.
So I'm messing around with Jacqueline. I turned to the class and I said, does anyone's parents have the hookup for Botox injections to get her to laugh? But how it came out of my mouth, I messed it up and I said, the sentence was all in one. Do any of your parents have Botox injections hookups? Like that.
Yeah.
But when I said, do any of your parents have Botox? Super fast, one of the kids goes, yep. It's like, oh, shit. Just throw your mom under the bus. And then she goes, my mom gets shots in her face and now her eyes don't move. It's like, oh, shit. Oh my God, I love kindergarten.
Oh,
I love it. I love this class too. God, they're so great.
Tell them. Do you want to just tell them what that card you got today?
I might as well.
Oh,
I got a card. Nolan, you'll think this is funny. Nolan is our studio manager, everyone. I got a pride card from one of my students and their families, and it had a picture of Cher on it. And I opened it, and kids will often blurt things at you before you open it. She looked at me and she goes, we got you this card because my mom says that rainbow people love Cheryl. It's like, Cheryl? Cheryl? What is she, the manager at Target? And also, rainbow people.
rainbow people.
Rainbow people.
That's how she had to describe it.
I thought it was cute. I actually love the
That's
term
so cute.
rainbow people. Instead of listing out the whole damn alphabet,
There you go.
rainbow people. I'm into it.
She's got something there.
Yeah, she's got something.
Okay.
Back to Sheree. I
Okay,
think we
let's
both
go
have
back to
ADD. Do you want some of
Sheree,
my
go ahead.
Adderall? Just kidding. I'd never, ever give it away to somebody who's prescribed.
So she went in finally and cut open that cyst, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the
Oh,
color
and
was
props
like
to
a
Dr.
fish
Pimple
color.
Popper. Props to Dr. Pimple Popper because she knew she had to make the cut as small as possible, and
Yes.
she did.
And she did. So this fish color oozing.
Please
just
stop.
came
Okay, no.
out and out.
No.
Yeah.
No. This is the
yeah.
part where I wanted to slaughter you. I literally was like, if my mom was next to me watching this show, I think I would strangle her. And they're going to replay this episode of the podcast on my Dateline episode. Because when I get a hold of your ass after you making me watch this.
I didn't.
Mom.
What?
She's squeezing this woman's face.
Yep.
Squeezing it.
I love squeezing those.
It looks like she was making fusilli noodles. Like, what in the world? It is coming out like lasagna. It looked like lasagna with the ricotta. Like
Sherry kept going, oh my God,
it smells. And she goes, no, it doesn't smell that bad. Oh, you just got to remember, this is just dead skin that's been in your body for 10 years. So, of course, it smells a little bit. So she keeps
doesn't
doing
she make her feel better?
She did. Oh, this is part. Oh, no.
I love it. Okay, let's
hold on. Oh, God.
If anybody's not
seeing
this, he's got his hand over his.
You can watch the podcast on YouTube, you guys, now, by the way.
Oh, you can?
Okay, but stop.
Okay.
This is the part that I had to be like, I'm done. Okay? She then, oh, God. Oh, God. She then says that she has to pull the pus sack out of this woman's face. Because it has all been in there like a friggin' placenta. And essentially this woman's face water just broke. And they extracted the pus like a damn baby.
That's exactly it.
So she had to get the casing. Mom,
these doctors who try to get these things out.
Please stop talking immediately before I jump through the goddamn microphone and slap you across the face. Enough.
I love it.
Enough.
Just all those times I ran around the living room with that snake following behind me in your hand.
The doctor then says to Sherry, do you want to see it? And she says yes.
Yeah.
And Sherry says these words that are going to haunt me for the rest of my life. She said, that looks like a snail out of its shell. And I was like, you know what, Sherry? That's disgusting, but you're right. Oh, they just pulled friggin' snail out your friggin' face.
Yeah, she said it smelled like sewage with a mix of a dead body. She said.
I'm going to pass out.
Okay, you're okay. So anyway, she was so happy. She felt like her own champagne self going on dates and having a good old
that she, afterwards, she's like, I popped like champagne. Did you see her personality? It was like 360. It was like we were talking to a brand new Sherry after she had the surgery.
At the end, she was dating.
And by the way, did you notice that Dr. Pimple Popper, like, it was like her consultation and surgery. Like Dr. Pimple Popper was like, oh, yeah, I got this. Come sit down. It wasn't like she was coming back after they assessed the situation.
Well, all of this was in the pandemic, if you noticed, and all the consults were in a tent outside.
Oh, yeah.
And then they had to come in, you know.
And they couldn't even hug. They all wanted to hug Dr. Pimple Popper.
I know. They always want to hug her. Well, the last one was Juan, 32-year-old Juan.
Couldn't do it. So please tell me. When I saw this poor man has had cystic acne on his back for a long time. And then he had, I don't know, like softballs under his skin, but around his neck. He was in so much pain. He was in so much pain. And the reason I couldn't watch this one too is because I could not watch another human dissection take place. I just couldn't do it. So I changed it, and I actually left to come here. And also, I couldn't do it because he was so sad. He was talking about how he hates having long hair. He grew his hair out so no one can see it, and he sits in the back at his daughter's softball game so he doesn't have to talk to anyone.
Well, the whole story was he started getting when he was 13 years old, and they were like softball sized.
Oh, I know.
Big whole cysts on the back of his neck, boils on the back of his neck, and then his whole skin was pitted from acne. So he was a star football player, and he was talking about that's what he was, a star athlete, and that's what he wanted to do. But the kids would bully him and taunt him in the locker room by pulling up his shirt and stuff. It was really, really
No.
sad. But Dr.
That's
Pimple
right.
Popper talked about that when kids develop these kind of problems in their pubescent years, let's say junior high, they become very shy then in their adult life, which this man was, very shy and very introverted because of all that they go through with these severe dermatology problems. And it was really sad. And he was worried about his daughter because his daughter was starting to get these acne
Bumps
marks
on
on
her
her head.
face. Yeah.
Yeah. So Dr. Pimple Popper gave him some medicine and cream for his daughter, because she said, I know that you're worried about it. It can be genetic, but you never know. It could just be acne. I want you to start this for his daughter. And again, another example, she took that off. He went and got his hair cut.
Oh,
Right.
really?
Oh, yeah. He went and got his hair cut like to here, like to his chin, because it was like way down past his shoulders, like to his chin. He got it cut and felt like a new man.
Oh, good for
Just
him.
a new man. And it was just wonderful. And then, he had another hidden cyst under those cysts too. So
Oh,
it got a little
no.
complicated. But I won't tell you what happened. Oh, wait a minute. I got to say this part, because if anybody watches, I got to say this part.
Please tell me, because here's the thing. I'm not going back to watch it.
Okay. Well, when she had an assistant with her, which she always has when she cuts open these cysts. So when she cut the cyst open, she's working and it squirted.
She cut the assistant open?
She cut the cyst.
Oh, the cyst. I'm like, what the hell? She's doing surgery at 2 people at once. Did someone take away her certifications?
Well, this they're all masked and everything. So she opened the cyst and it was working and it squirted.
Oh,
right
no.
over the thing. And Dr. Lee stopped and she goes, "Did that get you?" And she goes, "Yes, you got it right in my face." And she goes, "Well, stop and go wash up, and come back." So this girl, she's a BITCH, goes out and said, "She aimed that right for my face."
She said that?
She did not. She did. Dr. Pimple Popper said, she said to the patient, "Don't worry, she's going to remind me of this, for the next few weeks yet, So she must be one of those little pains in the butt sort of employees. But she came back and she said, "Yeah, you aimed that right for my face." And Dr. Lee kind of started to ignore her.
Fire
it's like,
her.
yeah, right. She's going to aim that for your face.
Yeah, she's going to aim bodily fluids for your face. And
Right
also
to
wear
your
a
face.
friggin' shield.
Oh my God. She had a mask on and stuff. She had a shield. She had eyeglass.
And it went under the shield.
I don't think so. It didn't look like it did.
That would have been the day that I died. If that pus shit hit me in the face, I would literally, I'm not exaggerating, I would die on the spot. I'm pretty sure. I'd be like, God. Hell no. I'd already be passed out on the floor, first of all, from being right up and close. Can we also talk about who chooses this as a profession? Can we also talk about how so many people find it therapeutic to watch this? Like, I was reading stuff online. People love watching this. And all I have to say is, you're sadistic. I'm pretty sure you worship Satan. How do you do it?
Well, I think it's actually very helpful. One of the things that happened with the first patient... No, I think
you need to go to therapy.
No, listen. With the first patient, when Dr. Pimple Popper told the man with the boils on his neck, said to the wife and to the husband, "I can help you," she bawled her eyes out. And she says, "You are my angel." She said, "You are my angel." And I thought, I remember what that was like. Because she said she went from doctor to doctor to doctor. Yeah. I remember what that was like when you were diagnosed.
I'm talking about...
she's helping people.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the average person who doesn't have shit wrong with them, that just watches this for some sort of like sadistic gratification. I'm describing you. How? Lindsay, my cousin Lindsay, is obsessed with this stuff.
I know, we both love the show.
We're
nurses.
Lindsay will like run over to me and like pop a zit on my shoulder. I'm like, you're filthy.
I had a Lhasa Apso that kept getting these
Your dog had them
all over his body, and I would just ask Aunt Ginger and Aunt Helen. I'd go around and put that dog in my lap and just pop those cysts.
That is. Oh no.
That was my puppy. I was helping him.
Oh no. I'm calling the ASPCA. You're going to prison. The American Society for PCA. Something to do with animals. All I know is Sarah McLachlan. We gotta go. I'm gonna throw up. We still got a bonus episode to record, and I am probably paler than a ghost.
This has been the most gratifying episode I've ever done with you. Paybacks are a BITCH.
Oh, jeez.
Love it. Thank you, Aaron Smith.
Thank you, Aaron Smith, for that one.
You.
But also thank you. Oh, we got to end the episode like this, Mom. Would you watch it again?
Absolutely.
I will never. Thank you, everyone, to watch this. Just like Aaron, you can give us shows to watch. Please make them not... Sorry. It's still, like, in here. Please make them not surgical. I can't. Like, I will do Doogie Howser at best. Like, I'm not. Do
you want to announce what the next one is?
Yeah, hold on. You guys can suggest the shows that we watch for Let's Watch TV 2 by becoming a Patreon member, patreon.com/JoDombrowski. Once you remember, just send me a message or write it in the comments. I love when you guys are commenting to each other. It's so cute and friendly and fun. And I read every single one of them. And I always message you back with the real me. It's not Jeff. It's me. People think it's Jeff. Anyway, Mom. And we'll also let you know the next episode is going to be...
It's going to be, I think we're going to go on Tuesday, June the 8th, because I'm going to be out of town on Monday.
Yeah.
So June the 8th. My Feet Are Killing Me, season 2, episode 8, and it's called Uncross My Toes.
Hell no. No, we're not, actually. I just want everybody to know we will be doing My Feet Are Killing Me eventually, but I need a week off. I can't do... I just watch people get their friggin' faces sliced open, and now you want me to watch rancid-ass feet carved down like cow hooves? You're insane.
Feet make me sick. I could do open heart surgery, but feet make me sick. But this was suggested by a Patreon member, so that's what we're watching.
We will watch it eventually.
That is the next one.
I need time off. Okay, I need time off.
Buck it up. You got a week.
Become a Patreon member at patreon.com/JoDombrowski, patreon.com/JoDombrowski, patreon.com/JoDombrowski. And we'll see you next time on
Let's Watch TV with your feet. Bye, everybody.